video, and today I will be figuring out who the purple guy is. So, nobody has been asking this, but I'm still gonna do it anyway. I'm gonna figure out who on earth the purple guy is. Because, well, there are a million theories. Some people say he is William Afton, which he is, but why would he be the Night Guard in FNAF 5 then? And I'll be explaining everything behind that and things like that. Now, let's begin. So, the purple guy is a 8-bit figure who we only learn in the death minigames of FNAF 2. Now, I know he's William Afton because I have read the Silver Eyes. In the Silver Eyes, it says that William Afton is one of the co-founders of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. So, knowing that, there are two co-founders, they also say in that book. The other person is called Henry. William is the money side of the founders, and Henry is the creative eye. He's the one who created the animatronics, but he didn't create them to kill. Remember, okay? Henry is an innocent person. Henry didn't create them to kill. Okay? So once you get that down your throat, or your ear in this case, once you get that down your ear, then you should be able to figure this out. William has he's killed children and he stuffed them inside the suits, which haunted them. And William is, get this, okay? This is who he really is. He's a mechanic too. In Night 4 of FNAF 1, you hear somebody say, well, a mechanic has come in to start fixing the robots. And also, you know that the animatronics know who killed them, because in FNAF 5, on one night, it can't get through my skull, but on one of the nights, you instead of Ballora and Funtime Foxy, there are two mechanics which are hung, and they aren't scooped. Get this, they aren't scooped. So they're saving the scooping for Ennard. Notice when they say we want to hide in you, they say we, okay? And on Ennard's teaser trailer image, it said there's little me in every body, which implies everybody, and I don't think Scott has bad wording. To create a game which drives you mad, like me, it would be pretty how do you say this? Excruciating to, and just like that, I forgot what I said. That must have happened before, and that, yeah. So, continuing on from somewhere where I kind of forgot what to say. It would, it's pretty painful to be knifed. Yeah. So, I mean, if I were left to die in a haunted pizza restaurant in a suit, I mean, I would haunt it. And in a death minigame in FNAF 2, or 3, I forgot the game. In one of the FNAF games, death minigames in one of the games, it shows the murderer, William Afton, who, it shows him killing the first child. Which, if you ask me, on my own is weird, because he was killing the child outside of the walls. And that means that he didn't develop his style, which he brings him into the back of a room and he just murders him blindly, which means that had to be his first murdered child. And also, now that we know that, after that, there's one jump scare which comes, the puppet. Also, as we see in the Give Them Life minigame, where we're the marionette, right before we get jump scared by Golden Freddy, another child appears in the middle. And I'm assuming that one is Golden Freddy. So, that meant that Golden Freddy is the... I cannot tell if he's the first or the second, but I'm having high hopes that he's the second. He might not be, though, because he was introduced to us in FNAF 1, but was FNAF 1 and 2 a sequel or a prequel? Now, sequel means that did it come after, and prequel means did it come before. Like the Star Wars trilogy, except not as long and boring. Yeah, and anyways, moving on from there. We can pretty much assume that William Afton must have been the mechanic, because also in one of the FNAF 2 death mini games, we see Freddy Freddy or Foxy. We see one of those two guys. They're just walking around with a puppet, and then out of nowhere comes a purple guy, and he comes and somehow dismantles Freddy and or Foxy. And basically, what that's trying to say is that this guy knows how to make the animatronics, and we all know that he wasn't the maker, or all of us who have read the Silver Eyes, that is, or who watch game theory. Again, all of us. So if we know that, then we can pretty much guess that he has to be a mechanic, because only the mechanic would know how to disable an armed robot. Which is, I don't think a phone person would know how to disable an armed robot. Also, in FNAF 1, in the Night 4 phone call, we hear the phone guy die. And he said, I've recorded these messages for you when I did. And when I did, because there are like 4 games, I'm guessing it must have taken him some time. Now, we can piece together the timeline from this. First is FNAF 4, because the bite happened before FNAF 4. Then comes Sister Location. Then comes the, because first William Afton's daughter was killed by Baby. And this was Circus Baby's, she had her own place. And then William Afton's daughter was killed by Circus Baby, because he programmed Circus Baby to kill. And he told her daughter to stay away from Circus Baby. And his daughter kind of died with that. So then, let's move on to FNAF 4 now. That wasn't even in the timeline before. So, FNAF 4 takes place in William Afton's son's house room. It happens in his son's room. And also, note this, in Sister Location, when you get to the fake ending, if you go along with this fake ending, and if you go along with this fake ending, and you type up 1983 and the code pad, you can see the room, which means that William Afton was probably, this is just a theory, he's trying to scare his son into thinking that all of the animatronics are bad and they are all murders and all that, and so he has nightmares about them. That's where the impression of Nightmare Freddy, Nightmare Bonnie, and Nightmare everything come from. And get this, the Sister Location animatronics are the main ones. They were, at least until FNAF 1 came along. Okay, so moving on from FNAF 4 and Sister Location, the next one goes like 2, 1, and 3, because in FNAF 2, on like the last night, the phone guy says, and remember, he's dead. No, he isn't dead yet, actually. Otherwise he wouldn't know. Otherwise he can't say this. So the phone guy was like, oh, the location's closing up because yada yada yada. And he said, we're moving to a smaller location, which is FNAF 1, which is severely smaller than FNAF 2, which means that FNAF 2 must be a sequel. No, FNAF 2 must be a prequel to FNAF 1, and FNAF 1 must be a sequel to FNAF 2. And then it comes FNAF 3, which takes place 20 years after the bite of 1983. It's not 87, remember that, okay? because there's a TV which is it's a Fazbear and Friends. It's apparently one of their TV shows. It's Fazbear and Friends, 1983. And get this, none of this is a dream. And in FNAF 5, all of the robots were designed by William Afton. And Henry dies in FNAF World from Baby, his own creation. Well, not his creation, but William Afton helped because William Afton wanted to help him make a robot. And because he was a murderer, he set it to murder children like a complete idiot. So that's exactly what happened. But hey, that's just a... Oops, wrong channel. So, peace out.